Tonight on Newscenter, what was up with the emergency alert? Student convocation in the Convocation Center, and a Vulcan swimmer reaches a state record. All this and more tonight on Newscenter.
Good evening and welcome to CUTV News Center for the week of February 26, 2015. I'm Zach Prosbo.
And I'm Santina Murin. Late Monday night, students across the campus and town received an alert on their phone saying a local area emergency is in effect for Fayette County. Tune to your local TV. With confusion swarming the campus, CUTV's Ryan Kaufman set out to investigate this emergency.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know, wherever you are.
Late Monday night, students on the campus of CalU received an emergency alert text message from PEMA, a state branch of FEMA, regarding a local area emergency in Fayette County. I spoke to Jim Bittner of the Fayette County EMA to find out what had happened.
Basically what happened was we received a request from Columbia Gas. The actual incident started at around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We got involved in it to establish a warming shelter in that area. We had about 400 residents or houses, customers that were going to be without any gas service. Originally, they gave an estimated time of restoration until about 8 p.m. At around 8:30, 9 o'clock, it was determined that that estimated restoration time was definitely going to be past 8 p.m. It was probably going to go into midnight to the early morning hours. So at that time, they decided that they needed to get a message out to the customers in some manner, shape, or form that said, we're working to start to relay people's services, but it's going to take several hours. We do have a warming center that's available if anybody needs it. And basically we wanted to get that information out to where that warming center was at and what they needed to do to be able to get into people's houses and relight their service to the house, make sure there were no leaks, do a safety check, and make sure that the pilot lights were relit on the furnaces. So the decision was made at that point, with not having any other way to contact the customers, to send out an emergency alert system message.
To find out more information on the text alert, I called Corey Angel from the PEMA press office.
Generally, the message goes through a system that is really operated by FEMA. So it'll go out on your TV just like you hear it, and on your radio just like you hear the tests and the warnings. But when it goes through iPods, if it's been selected properly, it can go out to cell phones. So it would hit the cell towers, and each county has a county code. It would hit the cell towers in that county. The reach of that can be greater than the county. It can extend into other counties just because of the broadcast radius or the reach of the towers. So it goes by the county code, but it can reach farther than just the county.
During my call with PEMA, I discovered that they were not aware the alert text had gone to cell phones and were also not aware it had gone to Washington County. If you have any questions about emergency text alerts, you can email FEMA at fema-new-media@dhs.gov. For CUTV News Center, I'm Ryan Kaufman.
The California Borough and University Police were saddened this past weekend when former officer Mark Costello of West Brownsville passed away after battling an illness. Officer Costello was honored on Wednesday after his funeral service as local law enforcement saluted him, and his procession wound its way through campus and past public safety where he served. Officer Costello was 36 years old. This morning, President Geraldine Jones held her semesterly student convocation to talk to students. Some of the issues that were brought up included enrollment and construction of the Student Center. One moment that stood out was the recognition of Senior Airman Daniel Hart, who received the Patriotic Medallion Award for service while in school in Afghanistan. President Jones also went through her traditional Q&A session before Campus Talk, which will be held on April 7th.
Friday marks the last day of Career Week. The Career and Professional Development Center is offering a Fix It Up Friday on the 27th to have the opportunity to fix up your resume. In addition, you can learn to build your personal brand. Be sure to take advantage of these opportunities to gain professional help for your future. Last week, we talked about Dr. Seuss and how there will be a new book coming out soon. Well, did you know that his birthday is on March 2nd? Cal U wants to celebrate. Join the party Monday, March 2nd from 10 a.m. until noon at the bookstore.
The trial of Eddie Ray Ruth, alleged murder of the famed American sniper Chris Kyle, and his friend Chad Littlefield in Texas has come to an end. Ruth has been found guilty and sentenced to life in prison without an option of parole on charges of capital murder. The only other options in the trial were to find Ruth not guilty or not guilty because of insanity due to PTSD. 2 years since the tragic taking of their lives, families of Kyle and Littlefield were seen leaving the courthouse in tears and embracing after receiving justice for their fallen loved ones.
The Women's Center is hosting their annual show, The Vagina Monologues. The show will be hosted for 3 nights in a row, starting on Wednesday, March 4th, and finishing up on Friday, March 6th. It will be held in the Blaney Theater at 7 p.m. all 3 nights. Tickets are on sale now. They're $5 for Cal U students and $10 for non-Cal U students. Be sure to make it to a show before you leave for spring break.
This week in the Cal Times, be sure to check out a story on the Fellowship of Christian Athletes mission trip to the Dominican Republic, a story on the recent visit from poet Drew Law, and a feature on the men's basketball team's lone senior, Armand Marks. And Santino, we saw at the top story, the emergency alert text that went out Monday night, and I don't know if you did or not, but I checked it, I turned it on TV, nothing ever came up, but I still don't even know what was going on with it.
Right, all I know is it really scared me. I did get it. It scared me on my phone, and then I had no clue what it was even about. So that just seemed really bizarre to me that it even happened with nothing really to follow up with it.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a good system to have those alerts, but
Right.
when it's not followed through with some of the info, it gets a little bit kind of crazy, so we'll just have to see. And coming up next, your Cal U weather report. Stay tuned.
One decision, endless possibilities. California University of Pennsylvania opens your mind to more than 130 programs of study. Programs that matter to education, to healthcare, to technology, to the future of our world. California University of Pennsylvania, because the world is waiting for you.
Visit or apply online, calu.edu.
The Multimedia Access Center is an open lab where California University students can work on an assignment, attend a workshop, print a document for class, or take advantage of a variety of services such as large format printing, web development, and graphic design. Located in the renovated Natali Student Center across from the student bookstore, the Mac Lab is also your home for OrgSync support and services. For hours of operation or for more information, stop by the Mac Lab, visit our website, like us on Facebook, or follow us on Twitter.
Save preset 1 for Cal U's best music. More music in the car. More music in the door. More music everywhere. This is 91.9 WCAL Power 92. The home of the Vulcan Nation. Playing Cal U's best music. 91.9 WCAL. WCAL Power 92.
For almost 30 years, CUTV has been the campus and community home for local news, sports, and entertainment. Broadcast in 100,000 homes in southwestern Pennsylvania, CUTV provides complete coverage of Vulcan sports as well as high school football coverage. Broadcast weekly live, CUTV Newscenter provides coverage of local and campus events, weekend weather, sports highlights, and feature stories. For more information on CUTV, check us out on the web, friend us on Facebook, or follow us on Twitter.
Stay connected with CUTV. Subscribe to us on YouTube for new videos. Follow us on Twitter for status updates. Like us on Facebook for updates, videos, and more. CUTV social media. Get connected, stay connected.
Welcome back to Newscenter. Here's a look at your upcoming 5-day forecast. You see, they are on Friday, low of -6, but as we head in towards the weekend, it starts to warm up. Some chance of snow on Sunday and Tuesday, but Santina, I'm just happy to be able to see some temperatures that start with a 3 and a 4 and not a negative or a 1. I'm happy that it's finally starting to warm up as we head towards spring break.
Right, finally. I'm so excited about the warmer weather. I'm actually headed to Panama City Beach with a group of my sorority sisters, and I just honestly can't wait to do anything else except for just be on a beach and enjoy the sun, finally.
Yeah, I'm actually going to be heading up to Erie as part of the CUTV PCN shoots for the men's basketball championship. So I'm going from cold weather to colder because of the lake effect up there. So I was just home in Georgia though, so I think I can deal with the cold a little bit longer.
A little bit longer. When we come back, Haley Ataro has your entertainment report. Stay tuned.
For almost 30 years, CUTV has been the campus and community home for local news, sports, and entertainment. Broadcast in 100,000 homes in southwestern Pennsylvania, CUTV provides complete coverage of Vulcan sports as well as high school football coverage. Broadcast weekly live, CUTV Newscenter provides coverage of local and campus events, weekend weather, sports highlights, and feature stories. For more information on CUTV, check us out on the web, friend us on Facebook, or follow us on Twitter.
Stay connected with CUTV. Subscribe to us on YouTube for new videos. Follow us on Twitter for status updates. Like us on Facebook for updates, videos, and more. CUTV social media. Get connected, stay connected.
Since 1937, the Student Association Incorporated, known as SAI, has served the CalU student body by providing activities, programs, and services. Every enrolled student has the ability to take part in over 125 different clubs and organizations. Managing participation in every SAI activity is easy with OrgSync, a powerful tool for staying connected. Located 1 mile from campus, the SAI Farm has 94 acres of meeting and recreational space. SAI, it's your student association.
One decision, endless possibilities. California University of Pennsylvania opens your mind to more than 130 programs of study. Programs that matter to education, to healthcare, to technology, to the future of our world. California University of Pennsylvania, because the world is waiting for you.
Visit or apply online. calu.edu.
Welcome back to CUTV News Center. I'm Haley Ataro with your entertainment report. On this week's segment about the weird and bizarre things you can find online, our reporter Mike Mays will show you what he found.
Hi, my name is Mike Mays. My friends consider me an expert on finding strange and little weird things online. So here are 3 things I found online this week. Sun rays refracted by an IntelliJar caused a house fire. Fire investigators say it sounds far-fetched, but it happens a lot. In the last 5 years, more than 100 fires were caused by sun rays. KFC has created the world's first edible coffee cup. Made from heat-resistant chocolate, the edible cup is being developed now and will be available soon. While playing in an arcade, a little girl crawls into a claw machine and gets stuck. It took the security guards hours to get the little girl out. So there you have it, my 3 things I found online for this week. If you guys find anything, let us know. For CUTV News Center, I'm Mike Mays.
This week in pop culture, Robin Thicke took the stand in Los Angeles on Wednesday in court for his copyright trial against Marvin Gaye's Children, which will decide whether 2013 hit Blurred Lines infringed on Gaye's 1977 song Gotta Give It Up. Robin sang, danced, and played the piano throughout the court date. The trial itself is expected to run for 8 days and include testimonies by Robin's ex-wife and singer Pharrell Williams. The 2015 Brit Awards were held in London this Wednesday. The show, which honors the best in British music, was hosted by comedy duo Ant and Dec and aired live on the UK's ITV channel and on YouTube. Big winners were Ed Sheeran, who won for Best Male Artist, and Best Album Pharrell Williams. For Best International Solo Artist, and Uptown Funk for Best Single. But one of the most talked about moments went to Madonna, who took quite the tumble on stage. She later took to Twitter for some comic relief and of course thanked her fans for all of their hard work. Both Kathy Griffin and Melissa Rivers have both now spoken out about Joan Rivers' Oscar snub during the memoriam segment on Sunday night. The segment, led by Meryl Streep, acknowledged the deceased who had made an impact in the film industry. Kathy Griffin stated her disappointment on Fashion Police, saying it was really a miss that they left Joan out, considering the impact she made to the industry, and had been featured in many films. Melissa Rivers has taken to Facebook to thank all of Joan's fans for their continued support for her. And finally, Lady Gaga will return to the small screen in a much more terrifying role this October. The singer announced via Twitter earlier this week that she will be appearing in the 5th season of FX's American Horror Story. The Hollywood Reporter took it one step further, announcing that Gaga will be the star of the 5th chapter of the series, which the singer revealed will be called Hotel. Make your reservation now, Gaga tweeted. This week on the Cal calendar, CalU's Department of Theater and Dance will open its 2015 spring season with Proof, a drama by American playwright David Auburn. Curtain time is 8 p.m., February 26th and 27th, with an additional show at 2 p.m. on the 28th. All performances are in Blaney Theater and Steele Hall. Cost is $12 for adults, seniors, and children. CalU students will pay 50 cents plus a $5 deposit that will be refunded at the show. This Tuesday, February 2nd, there will be a Pepsi sampling in the Natali Student Center. Sampling will be from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. outside of Modico. Stop by for a little taste of some of Pepsi's refreshing products. And finally, don't forget graduation applications are due by Friday, March 6th. Both online through VIP as well as paper applications must be submitted in order for graduation applications to be considered. This week, playing in the Vulcan Theater is Horrible Bosses 2. In this hilarious sequel, the guys are tired of always answering to others and going into business for themselves. After demonstrating the prototype for an invention called the shower buddy, the guys attract the attention of Rex Hansen and his father Bert. Bert invests in the trio's product, then cancels the order and steals their idea. Now heavily in debt and with no legal recourse, Nick, Dale, and Kurt decide to kidnap Rex and use the ransom money to pay off their loans. Showtimes are 4, 8, and 11 on select dates. So guys, what do you think about them leaving Joan Rivers out at the Oscars? I personally was upset about it. I love Joan Rivers, and I think she's done a lot, for Hollywood and the entertainment industry, and I think it was kind of a miss, like Kathy Griffin said, they left her out.
Yeah, and I watch the Oscars. That's the one award show I watch every year, and I always watch the in memoriam just to see, some of the other names that I may not have known. And I didn't even realize that they left Joan Rivers out. I completely forgot about it, and I saw that, and I thought, that's wrong. Like you said, she had the Fashion Police show. She made contributions not only on TV but in film and to the Hollywood Academy of Performing Arts and Sciences. I think she definitely should have been on there.
Right. I think it's definitely something that I hope that they regret that they didn't put her in, because I think it is ridiculous. She's definitely made an impact on so many people, the entertainment industry itself. I mean, I just think that she's been around for so long in the industry. I think she definitely deserved to receive some recognition.
Right. You have to agree.
Thanks, Haley. When we return, Matt Hagee has your sports report. Stay tuned.
Preset 1 for CalU's best music. More music in the car. More music in the door. More music everywhere. This is 91.9 WCAL Power 92. The home of the Vulcan Nation. Playing CalU's best music. 91.9 WCAL. WCAL Power 92.
CUTV has your Vulcan basketball coverage all season long. Watch as the Vulcans look to make a run through the PSAC West into the playoffs. Vulcan basketball Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays only on CUTV.
Welcome back to CUTV News Center. I'm Matt Hagee with your sports report. After 4 months of intense and exciting games, the California basketball teams played their final regular season games at the Morrow Fieldhouse at Slippery Rock. The Vulcan women looked to bounce back from a heartbreaking loss to Gannon in their last contest, while the Rock were fighting for their PSAC playoff lives. CUTV was not able to cover the game due to the production truck going in for an inspection. Nonetheless, California scored a dominating win on the road against the Rock by a score of 74-48. The Vulcan women finished the season 23-4 overall and 19-3 in conference and finished second in the PSAC West. In the game, Irina Kuko was the star of the show by scoring a career-high 24 points and had some help with Sierra Barrett also setting a career high with 17 points and added 12 rebounds, which was her first career double-double. Vicki Glenn did a little of everything for the Vulcans as she added 8 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals. Now with the regular season complete, that means the PSAC tournament bracket was set. California grabbed the first-round bye as the second seed out of the West and will now wait to see who they will be facing Tuesday night. The game for Vulcans fans to watch will be the Slippery Rock Gannon game, since the winner will be facing the Vulcans Tuesday night. With Cal and IEP in separate parts of the bracket, the rivals would not be able to meet unless they both made it to the PSAC championship game. So now the Vulcans will wait to see whether it will be a second straight meeting against the Rock, or will it be Act 3 between the Gannon Lady Knights. The contest will be held in Hamer Hall Tuesday night, with the times still to be determined. WCAL will have live play-by-play action that evening, along with CUTV having a tape delay broadcast that will air first on Thursday evening. Now on to the second edition of the regional rankings that were released yesterday, as California dropped 2 spots to 4th after the loss to Gannon. Livingston still holds the top spot in the region, but is still dealing with the ongoing situation that was mentioned last week with the NCAA. As for the Cal men, their scenario Wednesday was to simply just beat Slippery Rock, and they would get the final playoff spot in the PSAC West. Unfortunately for the Vulcans, they could not overcome the strength of Slippery Rock on the boards as they lost 57-50. Despite the season coming to a close, senior Armin Marks finished his Vulcan career on a high note by scoring 15 points after setting a career high on Saturday with 24 against Gannon. Khalil Jabby finished with 13 points, and Richard Smith led the Vulcans with 7 rebounds. The Vulcan men have something to look forward to next season, as they will only lose 1 starter. Now with the Vulcans season done, we will still take a look at the PSAC men's playoff bracket, because there is a high probability that CUTV will be covering the PSAC men's Final Four next weekend, with location to be determined. Gannon and Mercyhurst grabbed the first-round byes in the PSAC West, while East Stroudsburg and Westchester grabbed the top 2 seeds out of the PSAC East. The swimming team at Cal U has been one of the more successful teams on campus in recent years. Last weekend, the team saw 2 school records fall at the hands of one of their top swimmers. This past weekend, the California Vulcan swimming team competed at the PSHC Championships at York. The Vulcans saw 2 school records fall at the championships as York native Jade Argenbright set school records in the 100-meter breaststroke and the 200-meter breaststroke, and en route to winning both events and also capturing the PSAC Championship MVP.
Just working hard every single practice, working on my technique every day, and I don't know. I had a goal, and I definitely accomplished everything that I wanted to at PSACs.
Jay's just an incredible talent, and what she did at the meet was totally unexpected. We thought she'd do well, but what she did was way beyond anybody's expectations or thoughts that she might accomplish.
The Vulcans as a team finished 8th at the PSAC Championships. It was another successful trip for a program that has been a consistent power in the PSAC.
Every year our goal was to finish the best of the women's only program, so we did that again, and I think this was the 11th out of the past 13 years we've done that. We fell a little bit short of the goal of finishing in the top 5 overall. We just didn't have as many athletes at the meet this year to score enough points in all the different individual events to do that. But nonetheless, as a whole, the team swam really very, very well.
With an MVP recognition and 2 school records broke, Argan Bright now sets her sights on even more in her final 2 seasons at Cal.
To definitely get more records, get faster times, and maybe win nationals by my senior year.
For the swimming program in general, Coach Denny looks to gain more interest from young swimmers in the California area.
I would hope that more of the local women would find out what we have going on right here. We have a lot of women from Central and Eastern PA, and not as many from this general area as I would like to have. But as the women continue to get better each year, that's what we promise all the athletes that we recruit, local or otherwise, that if you want to get better and whatever level of success you aspire to, I'm confident we can get you there both in the water and in the classroom.
Track athlete Julian Rivera was named PSAC Track Athlete of the Week for the 2nd time this season after a record-setting performance at Kent State. Rivera won the 60-meter dash and provisionally qualified for the NCAA Indoor Track Championships. Rivera won the 60 meters by 0.06 of a second with a time of 6.89. Rivera also set the school record during the preliminaries after crossing the finish line in 6.88 seconds, which eclipsed the mark he tied 2 weeks ago by 0.05 of a second. Cal U will compete at the PSAC Indoor Track Championships starting this Saturday at Edinburgh. And guys, getting back to Jade Argan Bright, she's only a sophomore and she's already set 2 school records. I'm going to be excited to see what she does in their next 2 years.
Mm-hmm. Right. Honestly, I think that's just so incredible that she's only a sophomore and she's already setting records and everything. And she's so young, so she still has the rest of her college career to do even more. So that's really exciting for her.
Yeah, and we don't get to do a lot of swim shoots a lot for CUTV. We did one a couple years ago, and I'd love to be able to cover it again, just to be able to see her actually live in person and see how dominant she is in the pool and whatever events she does. And she said she wants to try and strive to do more events, so maybe she could set records and get more medals and accolades later in her career in those.
And just talking to her, she's just so humble, has her head on straight. Really glad she's swimming for the Vulcans.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Matt. That will do it for this week's edition of Newscenter.
Be sure to check out our YouTube channel at CUTV Newscenter.
Thanks for watching and have a great